Kansas City. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the... First as the tackle is made at the 33. 100-nice-swanner on to punt now on fourth down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 13 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Mahomes now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They give the Sermon out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, it's Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Jalen Phillips, the edge man, on the tackle. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. After marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down now, Carlisle. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua sets up to pass it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ali. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Tua. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Mahomes fighting Hill for a big play. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff. Sermon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. On the handoff, Sermon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Now Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Sermon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Again with Sermon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd...
And that is caught! Touchdown, Kansas City! Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Miami set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drives.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nicole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 17-3. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
2nd and 14. Now Tua not liking what he sees, so he's going to signal for a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. Completion good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Sanders is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's got this down to the 35.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throw left side complete. That's Ali. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. comes Kansas City. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On first down, it's Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, it's Sermon. And they'll get this down to the 10. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
They'll run on first down. Mitchell, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs or the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to pass. Tua fights through him. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Liam Eichenberg, 2nd-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. On 1st down, Mitchell. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the gun, Sermon. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 28. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll try and run for the 1st with Sermon. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Sermon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll run with Sermon. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something.
And the Chiefs are going to get it. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. He finds his man, complete. It's Ali. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. One final try for Tagovailoa. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and